Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'm doing another quick weekly recap of MMO news and announcements for the week ending May 22nd. And as you can see from the video playing in the background, guys, the first piece of news that we're going to take a look at has to do with APB. And it's a bit of a sad news actually, and the news is that the open beta for APB Reloaded has been pushed back to May 23rd to address some last minute bugs with the game, namely an annoying disconnection issue. Now the game itself was originally scheduled to begin its open beta on May 18th, but it's been pushed back to May 23rd. Those looking forward to giving the game a chance can do so then. Next up guys, on May 17th, 2011, a new patch for World of Tanks has launched. New in the patch are the Premium Heavy Low, the KV5, the KV13, PZ38NA, Object 261, GWE Series, and T92 vehicles, all new vehicles for the game. There's also two new maps, the Mountain Pass and the Steppes, are also available for players to experience. The patch also improved the vehicle movement to decrease chances of players getting stuck, cut behind rendering problems, and other small issues like that. Also in the patch is a new automated ban system for players that are killing their teammates. Gotta watch out for that. The patch is called patch 6.4 and it is already live. And for those that haven't heard of World of Tanks, as you can see, it's a realistic tank simulator, and it's actually supposed to be very realistic. It's not Asian developed. I think it's developed in Europe somewhere. Next up guys, also on May 17th, Spiral Knights adds two new features to the game, and Spiral Knights is a cooperative action MMORPG by Sega, and the two new features are the Advanced Training Hall system, which is a combat room which lets players use NPCs to learn basic combat strategies in the game. Also, the auction house has been added to the game, which obviously lets players buy and sell materials to each other easily in one auction house screen. Now I'm actually kind of surprised the game didn't launch with an auction house. I figure every MMORPG should have an auction house because it makes trading so much easier. Next guys, on May 16th, 2011, Games Campus announced a new update for Shot Online, the 3D golfing MMO, and the update is actually fairly small and basically adds 5 new playable characters to the game based off of real-world golfers, professional golfers that is, which are KG Choi, Sergio Garcia, Anthony Kim, Mika Miyazoto, and Paulo Creamer. Creamer's a cool last name. Unfortunately guys, no exact date for the update has been set, but the game has recently received an update which allows players to find and trade avatar cards. The update for the new characters will probably be launching sometime this summer. And by probably launching this summer, I mean it'll definitely be by this summer. Anyway guys, next up is an update for Elsword. Well, not really an update for the game, but the news came on May 19th, 2011, and the news is that Elsword launches a Facebook app titled Trials of Elsword, which has rewards for players that play it. Now the game itself is not the same game as Elsword. It's a much smaller, compact version of the game. It's kind of like a flash game or something. But those who play the Facebook version will have a chance to get in-game rewards for the actual Elsword game. Basically, you get these item codes which are redeemable in-game for actual useful items. Now, Killer Combo, the company behind the game, didn't really specify what items you'll get, so hopefully they'll actually be something useful. Next up, guys, on May 19th, 2011, Minifighter Online announced a new update for the game which adds a brand new character called Fiona, which is the 15th character to join the Brawler lineup. And in case you haven't heard of Minifighter Online, it's a 2D side-scrolling action MMO, fighting MMO / MMORPG. Basically a fighting MMO with MMORPG elements. The new character Fiona is a delicate girl with a bad temper and a selfish attitude apparently, who fights with her giant stuffed pink rabbit called Alice. Sounds awesome to me. She can be earned through card fusion or through the game's cash shop. One of the more interesting aspects about Minifighter Online is actually its huge variety of playable characters. Gives the game a lot of variety. Up next, on May 18th, 2011, Frogster came out and said Runes of Magic Chapter 4 will be launching on June 16th. Now Chapter 4, dubbed Lands of Despair, is an expansion which pits players against a zombie infestation. 4 new zones as well as 2 new instances will debut with the update, and the game will also raise the level cap all the way up to 70. And again, that update will be going live on June 16th. Up next guys, on May 19th, Perfect World announced its first ever expansion to Forsaken World called Gaze of Larix. The update will raise the level cap from 60 to 70 and introduce a new series of underground dungeons that lead to Larix's lair, complete with lots of new epic items and rewards. The game will also feature new training areas outside of Freedom Harbor, new PvP arenas for 3v3 and 6v6 death matches with exclusive equipment, mount, and fashion rewards, plus a new in-game marriage ceremonies that offer titles and fashion items. Now I don't believe Perfect World actually announced the release date for the expansion pack for Forsaken World, but it'll probably be sometime this summer. Well guys, that's it for MMO news, but as for games that are coming soon, we have nothing. Well, we do have APB, but we announced that last time, it just delayed. But for games that recently launched, we have Ruined Online, which began its open beta testing on May 16th, and of course, open beta pretty much means full release nowadays anyway. And if you haven't heard of Ruined Online, it's a fast-paced, third-person MMO shooter / action game. There's some melee components, but it's mostly an MMO shooter. It plays on the browser, but it does have pretty nice graphics. Well, anyway, guys, that's it for MMO news and announcements for the week ending May 22nd, 2011. Now, if you want to read about or learn more about any of the news mentioned in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/news. If you want to discuss anything in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/forums. Anyway, guys, this is Omer, signing off.